wake up about 5 a.m. We have physical training, PT, at 6 a.m. We PT till 7. After we're done with physical training, we have about 2 hours, but to go to be at work at 9. So we, take a shower, eat at the chow hall, get to work about 9, work till about 4 or 5, and at that point, it's whatever you want to do. I would always go to the gym. A lot of people would just relax. So at that point, it was really just.
Did you guys work out together? Or?
Oh yeah, I mean, you pretty much always had somebody to work out with. So yeah, for sure.
So when you say work, like the midday stuff, like what do you mean? Like you guys like shooting guns, or have like sit down and like actual like training stuff that you have to take notes, or how?
So I mean, you would do all that training classes. It really just depends on what's the agenda for that day. Excuse me. So I mean, typically Mondays are motor pool days. You go to the motor pool, make sure all the vehicles are running. You check them, run them, fuel them, make sure they're all good, and then Tuesday to Friday would really just depend on what the leadership has for the day. So it could be going to the range to shoot. It could be going to class to learn about this. And like active duty, every once in a while you'll go out to the field for two weeks to a month, or you'll go out to Fort Polk, Louisiana, and do some training against other U.S. soldiers that are dressed up as the enemy. Or before you deploy, you'll go to some kind of pre-deployment in it's like Nevada or something. I haven't been out there, but yeah, out on the West Coast they have some pre-deployment training that's kind of similar to the Middle East.
Oh.
Train before they go, which they're not really deploying there anymore, which they are actually, but
that's interesting too, yeah. Okay, so next up, I want to ask you about, because I remember you were telling me the stories when you guys had to run outside and like you had the gear on your back. So like, was that part of the training sessions every morning, or when did you have to do that, or how does that work?
So I know there's like a requirement that every soldier has to be able to ruck, I think it's 12 miles with your kit on. So you'll do like it's called ruck marching, is when you have like your rucksack on your back, you're marching. It's a requirement. I can't remember if it's a yearly thing or you don't do it during the physical fitness test, but every once in a while you'll have to do the 12-mile ruck march just to qualify. Generally for basic training you have to do it. For class, if you go to any kind of classes, you have to do it. During like normal PT, like 6 to 7, you wouldn't. It depends on what the unit is. So if you're an infantry unit, you probably would do it, because infantry, that's their bread and their butter. You're carrying all their equipment, being able to fight. But if you're like in my chemical unit, we ruck march, but only when we had to, not necessarily for training. So it depends on the unit and what their goal is with the ruck marching. But that is kind of the bread and butter of the U.S. Army, is being able to carry your own weight, for sure.
Strong and beefy.